So there's a black car over there with the door open. There's one officer over talking to the neighbor. And then we've got two officers trying to raise somebody inside the house. Wonder how we handle this if nobody answers the door. Okay, so they've gone around to the back. Kind of sucks. I wish.
Police department! Come to the door! North police! Here they come. Get your hands up! Come on out here. Come on out. Who else is here? Who else is here? Step out. Get out of my property. Step out. Off my property. I got cameras. North police! Come out. Take the cell phone.
For what? Look at the camera.
North police!
For what? For what? What did I do? I can't be
Put your
detained
hands
without
down
being
right
told
now or
what
you're
I
on the
did.
ground. Are you
What
on
did
the
I
ground?
do?
Put your hands
What
behind
did
your
I
back.
do? What did I do?
You're on camera.
What the fuck?
I didn't fucking do nothing.
Who else is here?
My kids, what's wrong? What
What are
happened?
you doing? For what?
What happened?
For what? For what? For what is this happening for? You don't have no right to detain me without telling me what happened.
Who is that?
The fuck?
Go away.
I'm LFK. I'm here for
Get
you.
off of my property.
I'm not on your property. I'm here for you.
What is going on? My kids.
You guys are making it difficult. I asked you what you're detaining me for. You didn't say shit. And then what? No, you said put your hands up. You're getting detained. No, I got it on camera. Good luck.
I do too.
Okay, good luck. Good luck. I got it on camera, buddy. Good luck with this shit. You ain't getting away with this shit. What? Why am I getting detained? For what? For what? Why am I being detained?
I'm here for you, man.
Go get my kids.
He asked what he was being pulled out for. He asked several times what he was being pulled out for, and nobody would tell him anything. See, this is the problem. When people show up like this and they start taking people into custody, they got to tell them what they're doing. They got to tell them what they've done. You're just going to put a guy in some kind of hold and throw him on the ground. You got to tell him what's going on. You can't just do that. They say they tried to get him to comply, but nobody told him what he was being detained for. Nobody told him why. All they did was throw him down on the ground. And see, that's the problem here. You can't just throw a guy down on the ground. That did not go down the way it should have. You didn't have enough probable cause to bang down the door. You don't have enough probable cause to beat a guy up on his goddamn doorstep. I don't mean to be a bother, but I'm going to need a case number if you could, please.
All right, we'll get to that.
Thank you.
Not afford a lawyer. I want one before we ask you any questions. One will be a drawing. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand your rights? What about your consent? I'll read it again. You have the right to remain silent. Understand your rights? You don't understand these rights. you understand his rights? You know your law. You know how to. I do. Do you understand his rights? Why didn't you do it right? Do you understand your rights? Why did you not tell me why I'm getting detained before you detained me?
He's got a good question, officer. Same question I have. And I saw the whole thing. The man's in the back of the police car asking him why he didn't tell him why he was being detained. Maybe if they'd have talked to him a little bit more, they wouldn't have had to throw him to the ground. This is what happens in Lawrence, Kansas, guys. We got heavy-handed cops that don't want to talk to people. All they want to do is use force. You know, if they would have just talked to the guy and told him what was going on, is there a sergeant on scene?
Not right now.
Is there going to be one?
I don't know.
Why don't you go ahead and call one? I'm asking for your supervisor on scene, sir.
About 15, 20 minutes.
Thank you. Y'all are going to wish you'd amassed this address. Been looking for you guys all night.
It's not related to you. Are the children, are they all divorced between the two of you?
Legally, yes. Or two, yes. Or biological.
See, and just so you guys know, they ask a lot of questions here about kids and who the kids belong to and who the paternal parent is and stuff. None of that matters.
In the house, in the room.
As I was walking up here, the cop's telling her that he lets us record, or they let us record.
Had an argument, and then you decided that you were going to leave, so you went to your car,
Yeah.
and then you got to your car, and you took the keys from the car, went back in the house, you secured the door, and then that's when you tried to get into the door. That's when you were banging on the door.
My phone.
When you went inside the house, you were banging on the door, that's when you screamed, and when you bang on, made that banging sound, and then you were able to get inside, and then
I just talked to your neighbor and they don't know you. But that's the most alarming part that they say. They woke up to a female screaming for help at least.
and to the point where she felt that she needed to arm herself to be safe for herself and also to if things happen.
So a neighbor's overreaction caused all this. We got a neighbor that felt like she had to arm herself.
So I'd still like to talk to Chance about what happened. You know, to let me talk to him. Well, I still would like to be thorough. Are you refusing to let me talk to him?
Yeah, my son doesn't.
Alright, so what we're doing right now is we're waiting on the supervisor's gonna come out here and we're gonna decide what's gonna happen, okay? Let's come out to, you wanna do a witness statement about what happened now?
Here, bud.
I think you guys didn't answer the door and I was trying to get going.
Have the pass.
See, this is a situation where you can just be quiet and you don't have to answer any questions. But he's going to keep pressing.
Still upset, like, our eyes are going so long. I have really bad anxiety. Cops haven't always been our best friend, hopefully. Yeah, he has legal trouble, but he's not that same person. Been clean for a long time. He hasn't been to jail. He has a good job. He takes care of us and our kids. I understand. I understand. I understand.
For all I know, he's an accomplice of corporation. Alright?
He wasn't.
Well, luckily, but I don't know any of you. You don't know me.
I know.
I see a door open, I see a phone on the ground, I hear the neighbor saying that there's things in the house. Right? And luckily, things didn't escalate even worse. I'm gonna go inside to
You guys need to go home. No, go home.
I'm not wrong.
I'm fine. Go home.
Hey, my name is Michael. I'm with LFK Accountability. I go out and film what goes on out here, and what that was wrong, and you need to quit talking.
He didn't touch me.
He threw the dude on the ground for no reason.
For my husband? I know.
I saw it. I'll talk to you after.
Right, that's what I was coming for. Wait for Adam.
These fuckers just can't help themselves. Funny thing is, I hear this guy talking about a camera as he's getting thrown on the ground. I bet these guys just created another auditor. I don't know if you know my name. My name's Michael. I'm with LFK Accountability. Is there a reason you guys couldn't tell him what he was being detained for?
For Miranda rights.
He asked you what he was being detained for several times, sir. I'm asking, is there a reason that you couldn't tell him what he was being detained for before you threw him to the ground?
I don't know if Officer Snipes did or not.
I'm sorry?
I don't know if Officer Snipes told him or not.
Nobody told him. He asked several times. I witnessed the whole thing. How come somebody couldn't tell him what he was being detained for? It's not that hard. You could have just said, suspected this, suspected that, and talked to the guy. Why do we have to go straight to force? I mean, these are the tough questions, guys, and these are the tough questions that I'm going to be out here asking when I see this stuff. And I realize you guys don't want to answer because this doesn't make any sense. How about you? Would you like to comment on why he wasn't told why he was being detained before he was thrown to the ground?
To the media. But here's your case number that you asked for.
Is there a reason
I
that
can't
he
make
was
any
thrown to the
comments
ground?
media.
You can't?
Okay.
What's your name?
My name's Officer Stewart. It's right
And your
there on
name?
the business card for you.
Officer Dawson.
Officer Dawson, thank you. Those are serious questions, guys. You need to consider them. Tell people why they're detained before you throw them to the ground. You have that responsibility. And I appreciate you guys being professional. With me, anyway. Notice how my disrespectful ass gave him room to walk through.
Basic resources where to start the talk about maybe figuring out ways to resolve issues before and after situations like this. Still waiting on my supervisor to come out, okay? I don't know what the final result of this is going to be at this time, alright? So we're still kind of in waiting.
I'm gonna bet they cut him loose because they're caught.
I'm going to talk to him separately for a few minutes and then we'll let you know as soon as we know what we're going to do, okay? No, I understand. I talked to him because, like I said, my attention was distracted with who else could be inside the house, okay? So, yeah. Hopefully he'll get here soon. If you want to try to call him, you can. We don't need to be...
Yeah, I told her already that she's not. If she wants to go outside, she can definitely do so. And I'll have her stay outside and get up on the
I don't know what they're tied up on, but I'm guessing we can have come out anyway. We don't want to...
It was requested, right? Sergeant was requested.
Yeah, they'll start going.
I requested the sergeant.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
What was your name, please?
Officer Snipes.
Officer
Snipes.
Snipes?
S-N-I-P-E-S.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys being professional with me, but I do have a question. Why can't you guys tell them what they're being detained for before you throw them to the ground?
We're not going to have an argument out here, okay?
It's not an argument, it's a question. So you're not willing to answer that? I'm part of the free press, guys. I'm asking you a question that you can comment this.
You can have your opportunity to speak with Sergeant Miller. The supervision handles all media inquiries.
Actually, the supervision doesn't talk to us much, guys. Nobody talks to us, including Troy Squire. Which means that you guys will probably get lucky and get off on the use of force on this because Troy's in the bag. But the problem still remains, how come you can't tell them why they're detained? It's that simple. All you have to do is just say why they're detained before you throw them to the ground. I'm not going away, guys, and you can keep ignoring me. But I'm going to keep showing up on scenes, and eventually I'm going to catch a scene, cost a couple careers and a couple $1 million to the taxpayers. I'm going to come across that scene if you guys keep acting like this. All you had to do was tell him why he was being detained. And you know, right now, your best bet is to cut the guy loose, because his lawyer is going to get all this footage. And I caught the whole thing. So your body cams, you're not going to be able to hide it. I caught the whole thing. And just like the other stuff that I keep seeing, I saw the whole thing, guys. Why can't you tell the guy why he's detained before you throw him to the ground? Simple question. No answers? Okay, thank you. Keep thinking I'm just a problem causer, guys. I'm going to cause a problem. 51-year-old white male that's on his own, doesn't rely on anybody. You can't intimidate me or frighten me away. What's up, guys? That's right. They're going to let him go because they know I got the whole damn thing on film, and they're not going to charge him tonight. I got the whole damn thing on film. LFK accountability on YouTube.
If you could blur our faces out.
You're not going to be seen. My camera footage isn't that great. It's mostly about them. But no, I asked them over and over and over why they couldn't tell him why he was being detained before they threw him to the ground. Yeah. And notice, and the other thing I'm going to point out here,
Was them yelling. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
you need to make sure his lawyer knows who I am. Okay. You can find me on YouTube. The other thing I want to point out here, they threw the man to the ground. There has yet to be medical come out here and check on him.
The officer has scrapes on his knuckles.
There has yet to be a medical bus out here to check on him. My name is Michael. Just look up LFK accountability on YouTube.
Coda.
I'll take care of it in just a moment. Yeah, that's definitely something that should be...
But just like on the scene that I was arrested after getting beat up and I was the only one charged, no medical ever come to check on me at all. I had blood down the front of me.
They slammed him.
Yeah.
And all three of them were on top.
Yeah. And no medical out here yet. Matter of fact, I think I need to go ask them why there's no medical coming to check on him. You know, guys, I do have one more question that you might want to consider taking action on. Did he decline medical check? Let's not hold on for a body cam. Did he decline medical check?
I've already answered your question.
Did he decline?
All inquiries from the media need to be...
So what I'm understanding what happened with the body cam there, you muting it for your conversation?
Yes.
Not cool. Yeah. Muting body cams so that we can talk about things that we don't want everybody else to know, right? Your body cams are secret enough.
All your inquiries need to go through supervision.
I'm curious how we're muting body cams out here on scene during an active investigation. That's another little note we're going to have to make. Guys, we don't do this stuff. This is open, transparent policing we need. We need community police officers, open and transparent. Muting body cams, not telling somebody why they're detained, things like that aren't cool. And you know this footage is going to go viral once I post it. Wrong, just wrong. If he hasn't been declined medical, you might want to offer it to him. One of you's got scrapes on your knuckles. You could at least check on him. Fucking assholes. They don't want to talk. I was about to go home and go to bed too. Well, you know what this is? You got a neighbor over here that calls the police and tells them that she was so scared she grabbed her gun.
That's what they said?
What the fuck is that?
That's what they said.
Yeah.
I don't own a gun.
No, she was so scared
Oh, she had a gun.
that she grabbed her gun.
This one?
Yes.
'Cause
I heard the whole conversation. So once again, we have an overreaction from a neighbor that creates a violent use of force on another neighbor. And, oh, wow. And they're over there muting body cams. So, you know,
they're putting it on there.
they're muting their body cams to talk amongst themselves over there,
Probably.
which I suppose they're probably technically allowed to do. But what the fuck, you know?
I honestly don't think they can do that. It should run 24/7.
Exactly. It should. Or at least while they're on scene during an investigation, I would think.
While they're conversating?
Yeah. Mutant body cams. Wait until the city hears this one. We just had a big study on the police department here where they say they don't trust the city leadership and the citizens. And they think we're just supposed to trust them automatically.